job, 9 to 5 and getting drained. They settle for second best, scared to risk what the future might bring.
Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am just getting going on my crusty bread recipe here. I'm going to be making a delicious soup later, and I just want to have some yummy bread to go with that. So that if you have not seen this crusty bread recipe, I will link that video below. Next, I'm moving on to some homemade cinnamon rolls. So for this, I just heated the milk, the vegetable oil, and the sugar until it came just below a boil, and now I am adding, or I sprinkled the yeast on top, let that sit, and now I'm going to add the 8 cups of flour to this and mix it up. So this is actually Pioneer Woman Ree Drummond. It's her recipe. It's posted online, but I will go ahead and link that down below in the description box as well. They are the best homemade cinnamon rolls. You can freeze them. You can freeze them cooked. You can freeze them thawed. They're so delicious. I used to make these years back. I used to make them and just make like a double batch, so almost like 12 dozen at a time, and throw those in the freezer. And so this time I made just one batch, which I think was about 6 dozen, and we have been loving this. So I put them in the freezer, and then we've been pulling them out on Sunday mornings while we get ready, and we eat some fresh warm cinnamon rolls out of the oven before we go to church, and it has been so nice.
And keep myself tall. Would it hurt at all? I hold my breath, waiting for someone to knock at my door, telling me there is more waiting for me. Whoa. If I love you.
So after I mixed all that together, I just put it on my warm stove area for an hour, and now I am just adding the baking powder, baking soda, and salt, and a remaining 1 cup of flour, and then I'm going to stir this pretty good to combine it. And then at this point, you can either use the dough right away, or you can place it in the refrigerator for up to 3 days. So I went ahead, I like to work with cold dough better, so I went ahead and threw this in the fridge while I worked on some other stuff, and then I came back to it a little bit later.
A little harder. If I love a little harder.
Okay, I'm gonna start on a taco soup for dinner tonight. So my sister-in-law, when I was in Michigan for that one night, she had this soup waiting for me in the crock pot when I got to her house, and it was so good. And I just happened to have the same cookbook as she had, so it's the Fix It and Forget It cookbook. Love this. I've had this for many, many years, as you can see. And she was showing me, she was like, yeah, I got it out of the cookbook. I'm like, oh my gosh, I had literally just that day got this cookbook out of our storage unit. I found it when I was getting some of our stuff. So it is on page 36 in here. It's the taco soup with the pinto beans. So I'm gonna add all of this into the crock pot. It's almost 2 o'clock here already. So I wanna get this going for dinner. It says about 4 hours on low, which should be about perfect. So I'm gonna put all of this in and get it going. All right, so this is a pound of ground beef that just cooked up with a large onion. I didn't see that you were supposed to cook it with the onion until closer to the end, so I just added it, but it'll be plenty tender from sitting in here for 4 hours. Whew, pan is heavy. Get all the good stuff. And then it calls for 3 cans of the pinto beans, but my sister-in-law didn't have any, so she put kidney. So I do have them, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it similar to how she did it because it was delicious. So I'm doing 2 cans of the pinto, and then I'm gonna do 1 can of the dark red kidney beans. Dark red. And then it calls for 1 14-ounce can of the diced tomatoes. And then 1 can of the diced tomatoes with chilies. I'm just using the Rotel here. She didn't have tomatoes when she did hers, so she used 2 cans of Rotel, and it had like a kick to it, which I love. but I'm hoping that the kids will like this too, so I'm only gonna do one. Do you wanna pour this in?
Sure.
Okay, I got my buddy here. Judah's gonna help pour this in. Okay, go ahead and pour that in. Yep, just shake it a little bit down in there, get all of it. Good.
There we go.
All right, and then 1 can of corn. Go ahead and pour that in.
Okay.
All right, thanks, bud.
You will come.
All right, and then 1 package of the ranch seasoning mix, the Hidden Valley, which I was surprised by because I wouldn't have known it was in there, but the soup was just so delicious. So, and then it calls for 1 packet of taco seasoning. All I have is this big container, and it doesn't say how much, so I'm just gonna guesstimate what. That's probably about 1, maybe that. Okay. And that is it. And then I'm gonna stir this up and we'll set it to low and get it going. It was so good. And she had cooked rice, which I'm gonna do too. And I just poured mine over the rice. She had cooked rice and Fritos and shredded cheese there. But I had a rough day and I just wanted something comforting, and I did this over the rice, and it was so good, so good. It was similar to chili, but it just had a unique flavor. I think the corn with the sweetness. Anyway, I really liked it. So we will get that going.
It looks super good.
Yeah, it does. It's been a few hours now, so I'm going to pull this dough out, and then I start by just cutting it in half. It makes it easier to work with if you can do half at a time. And then I'm just going to make sure I'm working with a really well floured surface, also flouring my hands and my rolling pin. And then I'm going to roll this out into a large rectangle. The goal is to get about 30 by 10 inches. And then I'm going to cover it with melted butter. You want plenty of melted butter. That's one thing she never apologizes for, is how much butter she uses. And when it comes to cinnamon rolls, I agree. So we're going to melt this butter and then pour that over, and then we're going to sprinkle cinnamon and sugar on top. Now, beginning at the end furthest away from you, you're going to start to roll that rectangle tightly towards you. And you just want to use both hands and work slowly, try to keep it even. And if the filling starts to come out, don't worry about that. You can just scoop that up and put it on top afterwards. And then when you reach the end, you just want to pinch the seam together along the roll to keep that nice and tight. And then I am going to cut this in half, again, just to kind of figure out my portions. I'm buttering my foil pans here. I like to use these. I actually do reuse them, but I like this because then it's not taking up my dishes, especially when I'm doing something for the purpose of going into the freezer.
Cause
Okay, so I'm finishing up the first half of my dough here, and then I have preheated my oven to 375 degrees. I'm going to move these pans over there, cover them with a kitchen towel, and let them rise on the stovetop for about 20 minutes or so before baking them for about 15 to 18 minutes.
It's just a fact. Knocking your guy, knocking your guy, knocking your guy.
Okay, and while Mama is cooking all the things, these guys are cooking all the things with Play-Doh. So show me what you made.
So this is taco soup.
Taco soup. You made taco soup too? Yummy.
These are carrots.
Oh, and they are so cute.
And then I got a little. It kind of looks.
Ketchup?
Yeah.
I'm learning about Christopher Columbus.
And then I got Cheerios that you can dip.
Yummy. Good job, Eden.
And I am about to be done with school. I'm learning about Christopher Columbus right now.
That's right. What year did Christopher Columbus?
1492, 500 years ago.
That's right.
He thought it was South America, but it was North America. That's great.
Good job, bro.
Mama, can I show them how I smush it?
Yeah,
I
sure.
learned that from last year.
Good job,
It's
bro.
so smooth when you smush it.
Okay, you smush them real quick.
Truda, your turn.
And kind of make it like this. And you get all of them mixed together.
Same.
I'm almost done. I need to make it.
Oh, that's so good.
I just do a flour.
That's awesome.
And then again.
All right, Mr. Judah, what do you got going over here?
Cookies. I got meatballs, carrots, and I'm making cookies.
Meatballs, carrots, and some cookies. All right, let me see. Let's see. Wow, that looks awesome.
Mama.
Raven, are you
Mom, it
cooking
doesn't tell
anything?
It
What are
doesn't
you
tell the
cooking?
3 countries.
She makes like cookies and then
What are you
sells them to
cooking?
people.
Oh, you're making cookies and selling them?
Some salad, rainbow chocolate, and
Awesome.
some candy cans.
Ooh,
and
can I
some
see your candy cane? Wow.
That looks
good job.
But we're just gonna make a little one inside of the rainbow noodles.
Awesome. What about you, Miss Ellen? What are you cooking over here? Oh, we got a pile of it on the ground right here, sis.
Please.
Probably gonna want that. All right, what do you got? Wow. it's
And
beautiful.
I also got little ice cream.
You got ice cream?
Rainbow ice cream.
Ooh, like sherbet? Rainbow sherbet?
Yeah,
Yummy.
I'm making it's Lunchables, little ice cream, some sauce, and some cookies, and little salad.
Love it. Good job. Very colorful, too.
I'm trying to make a rainbow pizza.
Ooh, rainbow
I found
pizza.
these colors in this.
Yummy. That sounds good. All right, you guys having fun?
Yeah.
Okay, we're all done with school now, right?
Yeah.
Ooh. All right.
Can I have some?
All right, Mom's gonna get back to my swing rules.
Mama.
I want slow love, uncomplicated touch, stable as we go, consistent as we grow. I want slow love, no need to rush. I'll say it.
Okay, and now I am finishing up on this crusty bread. So this has been rising for many, many hours. And I'm just gonna roll this out, or turn it out, I should say, onto a floured surface. Kind of form it into a ball. It's a little bit of a loose dough, which is normal. It bakes up just fine. And then I'm gonna let it rest for another 15 or 20 minutes or so. Again, that recipe will be linked below in the description box as well.
You could stay, 'cause you got me thinking that possibly I've changed. I need slow love, yeah, the real one. I've seen it in my dreams, strange as you may seem.
And now I'm just getting started on the icing for those cinnamon rolls. So I'm just gonna mix together some powdered sugar, milk,
melted butter and salt, and then I am going to squeeze in a little bit of syrup just for a little yummy flavoring, and this icing is delicious. For the crusty bread, you actually preheat your cast iron Dutch ovens at 450 for, I believe it's half hour. And then, so that's already happened. Now I'm just removing the lid, which has also been in the oven preheating. And I'm just gonna scoop up one loaf, put that in there, put the lid on, and then put these into the oven. So I chose to go ahead and bake all of my cinnamon rolls and frost them before I put them in the freezer. And then what I've been doing is the night before I will pull them out, and then the morning that I want to cook them, I just put them in with the covered in foil, and it only takes about 10 to 15 minutes to heat through, and they have been just amazing. Place them in the freezer. Before doing so, I go ahead and wrap them in a good layer of like a plastic wrap, and then I cover them with foil, and then I usually write the directions on top in case someone else is grabbing that out, or in case I'm just having, you know, mom brain day and can't remember what I'm supposed to do.
I never got it, why'd you have to go? I guess this world's too slow for you. I think there's beauty in the gray, the cold, but you just want the gold. And there's no way I can beat it, cause I got no chance.
So speaking of smells amazing, oh my goodness, you guys, this is the easiest bread ever. If you have not tried it, please try this recipe. If you think you do not know how to make bread, or it's a very difficult process, I promise you this is a no-knead recipe. It is so easy and so delicious. The outside is crispy and crunchy, and the inside is soft and bubbly. It is so yummy.
Crazy, crazy, yeah, yeah. You don't care what's real no more. No, you don't want me anymore. You only want what you can afford.
It has been a long day here, and I am so excited to sit down and have this yummy, delicious meal. Thank you guys as always for watching. Thank you for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. I hope you have a very blessed day. Bye, guys.